Is it possible that we as good Samaritans, we could go out of our way to try to help out people, and people are just like, you know what, we are fine with our need. People want to struggle for whatever reason, I don't know. So over a few days, I've tried to do a few things that I wanted. I normally volunteer in. One is I normally go to Welcome, and in my Welcome school, I help out the school with whatever I call it Lift as I Rise, where we share things with high school pupils so that they know what to do before we make the wrong decisions. And normally in there, I try to tell them about how my journey was like in terms of being also in academia and also being an entrepreneur in one way or another. So what did I do in at work for me to start, getting businesses? The second one is where I partnered out with a few people where I used to work, and we had this thing where we are tutoring kids from Alexandra with maths and English and stuff like that. And the biggest thing is we would come on Saturday just to help them out read a bit of maths. Just to put that into context, I realized there was a similarity between these two because both of them are schools, and we know we identified where the problem is. The problem is the pupils are having a problem with something and they need something else that we can offer for free without charging. And on top of that, we are all incurring the cost. We would ferry them from their homes, get them into our campus in Sentin. They would ferry them from Alexandra to Sentin, and what would do is they would get food and everything else, all expense paid, and they would get stationery. So all they have to do is just to come, learn the same curriculum that they do at school, and then we ferry them back. Same with the one in Velcom. I didn't expect anything else, any payment from them. All I was doing is I would travel myself to Velcom when I could, or I would just join in over Teams when in times where work is quite hectic and I can't travel. None was required from them. Everything else was required from nothing was required from them. One thing that I picked up is there was reluctance where the middlemen somehow felt attacked. The one where we helping with the kids in Alexandra, the problem became with the teachers themselves, where the teachers was like, no, you guys are making us feel look bad because you are now teaching maths and science, maths and English like we are not doing the work. We thought that you guys were gonna help out with whatever other issues. So the nice part is that the foundation dealt with all of those, and I just got off the call now, and I was asking one of the ladies in the foundation to say, what does it look like? Is this program still going on? Because we committed for a year and we only did 1 month. Is this still going on? Just like, no, it looks like we have to part ways. We have to pull the plug and we'll look for another school. And I was like, whoa, what is happening here? Same one with the one that I was volunteering in, and I called them and I said, with my connections, guys, we have a guaranteed 15,000. I identify that you don't have a website. The school where my kids go, they have a website, and the newsletters are nicely because they are done over the website, and we can read the kids newsletter, and they can show us, what the kids did over the day. Each teacher has got their own website. They can load the work that they've done so that the teacher and parents can communicate. Very beautiful thing. And I said, I can help you guys with that. You don't have to worry about it. As part of the service or the work that I'm doing with empowering the kids with just self mastery and lifting them up from somebody else who's just been on the other side of the corner, I'm saying There's something that I want to leave for the school, but all I need you guys to do is to fill up these forms. Just tell me some details that I don't know so that I can get the 15,000. We can get the work going. You guys can choose whoever you want, or I can bring the coder that I want. We can get the work going. You have the website. You have the way of communication, because right now you're communicating via Facebook. And I was like, no, that's not professional to do the stuff over Facebook. And I said, I am guaranteed 15,000. We'll call another 50,000 at the end of this year. Guaranteed. All we have to do is just to start the process. I don't know the banking details. I don't know the school registration numbers. All of those you guys know. Until today, I asked them that in March or April. I can't remember. Until today, it's in May. I haven't received a call back that just says these are the details that we have. Until today, nothing. And I'm drawing the similarities between these two organizations. And I'm like, oh, hang on a second. What is happening here? Is it possible that we, as good Samaritans, we could go out of our way to try to help out people, and people are just like, you know what, we are fine with our need? I thought that us coming and helping, we were gonna elevate their status so that they don't struggle anymore. But it looks like people want to struggle for whatever reason, I don't know. And the more you're saying for free, it comes out like you are challenging them, or you are too much in their face. Why is your stuff for free? What do you want from us? And in essence, there's nothing else you want. You just wanted to do good by helping out other people. But it turns out, no, that's not what they have in mind. What they have, they're used to being shaken down. If you come straight, it doesn't work out. So in this term, in this way, it got me reflecting, because I had asked some NGOs that I worked with a lot. I'm passionate about what the work that NGOs were doing, and I was working on a project to give them seed funding and then see if that seed funding could turn into something profitable later. So I had spoken with 3 to 5 NGOs and they were reluctant. I thought that is because they didn't understand the model that I was presenting to them. But right now, with what happened over this weekend, I now know 100% that it's got nothing to do with the model that I was presenting to give you seed funding. Tell me how big is your problem. I can organize 100,000 for seed funding for you, or whatever the case is. And then later on, we can keep on upping the money so that you move from seed funding to maybe concessional loan. If there's some concession that you need to do, if you're doing peri-peris, some concession that you need out, we can talk to Nando's, and then we take whatever the case, the produce that you are doing, and then later on you end up being a proper business banking client. Or if you're growing fast enough, you can be a corporate banking client. That was my solution to the NGOs, but it never took any root. And I thought it was because there was something wrong with my model itself. And I went forward and I said, you know what, guys, I don't think I can help. This 162 million has to stay, because it looks like I'm not getting any take up from the NGOs. It makes me realize that there was nothing wrong with my approach. There's something that is common that I still need to unlock, especially for people who have not, that they have not for so long, that when somebody comes and say, I'm here to solve your problem, there's a high level of distrust. And I don't know why. And right now I'm in that state, but I keep on learning and I keep on exploring things. And I'm really thinking about other ways to approach people that do not have. How do you approach them? Do you approach them to say, I have money, here's the money. Next time you can come for money, but I'm gonna give conditions? Or do you just approach them as friends and you listen to what they want, and then they tell you what they want, and only then do you say, okay, you said you want this. I have no idea what the model looks like. Once I have it cracked out, then I'll have a framework to say this is how you approach the people that are in it. But yeah, thanks guys for watching this vlog.